Timothée Chalamet, born December 27, 1995, is an American and French actor. His accolades include a Screen Actors Guild Award, in addition to nominations for 2 Academy Awards, for British Academy Film Awards and for Golden Globe Awards. Chalamet began his career in television, appearing in the drama series Homeland in 2012. In 2014, while a student at Columbia University, he made his film debut in the comedy drama Men, Women, and Children and appeared in Christopher Nolan's science fiction film Interstellar. Chalamet came to international attention with the lead role of a love-struck teenager in Luca Guadagnino's coming-of-age film Call Me By Your Name 2017, earning him a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor, becoming the 3rd youngest nominee in the category, alongside supporting roles in Greta Gerwig's films Lady Bird 2017 and Little Women 2019. Chalamet took on a starring role as drug addict Nick Sheff in the biopic Beautiful Boy 2018. Chalamet then began leading big-budget films, portraying Paul Atreides in Denis Villeneuve's science fiction films Dune 2021 and Dune Part 2 2024, and Willy Wonka in the musical fantasy film Wonka 2023, for his portrayal of Bob Dylan in the biographical drama Complete Unknown 2024, which he also produced. He was nominated for another Academy Award and became the youngest winner of the SAG Award for Best Actor. On stage, Chalamet starred in John Patrick Shanley's autobiographical play Prodigal Son in 2016, for which he won a Lucille Lortel Award and gained a nomination for a Drama League Award. Off-screen, he has been labeled as a sex symbol and a fashion icon. Early life and education. Timothée Chalamet was born on December 27, 1995, in New York City, and grew up in the federally subsidized Artists Building Manhattan Plaza in Hell's Kitchen under the Mitchell-Lama program. His older sister, Pauline Chalamet, is an actress. His mother, Nicole Flender, is a 3rd-generation New Yorker, of half Russian Jewish and half Austrian Jewish descent. She is a real estate agent at the Corcoran Group and a former Broadway dancer. Flender earned her bachelor's degree in French from Yale University and has been a French teacher and dance teacher. His French father, Marc Chalamet, is an editor for the United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF and New York correspondent for Le Parisien. Marc is from Antibes and is of Protestant background. Timothée's paternal grandmother, who had moved to France, was originally from Brantford, Ontario. On his mother's side, he is a nephew of husband and wife, filmmakers and producers, Rodman Flender and Amy Lippman. Chalamet is bilingual in English and French, and holds dual United States and French citizenship due to his French father. Growing up, Chalamet spent summers in Le Chambon-sur-Lignon, a small French village 2 hours from Lyon. At the home of his paternal grandparents, he stated that his time in France led to cross-cultural ambiguities over his identity. Chalamet attended PS 87 William T. Sherman School for Elementary School and MS 245 the Computer School for Middle School, later transferring to the selective Delta program at MS 54 Booker T. Washington Middle School, which he described as miserable due to the lack of a creative outlet within the school's academically rigorous environment. Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker in The Dark Knight 2008 inspired Chalamet to pursue a career in acting. He applied to Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts. His acceptance into the school was a turning point in his appreciation for acting. His sophomore year, drama teacher at LaGuardia was so impressed by his audition that he insisted on Chalamet's acceptance into the school, even though he had been rejected in the interview due to his middle school record, saying, "I gave him the highest score I've ever given a kid auditioning." During high school, Chalamet dated Madonna's daughter Lourdes Leon, a fellow student. For a year, he starred in school musicals as MC in Cabaret and Oscar Lindquist in Sweet Charity. Graduating in 2013, Chalamet is also a Young Arts alumnus. After high school, Chalamet then 17. Attended Columbia University for a year, majoring in cultural anthropology, and was a resident of Hartley Hall. He later transferred to New York University's Gallatin School of Individualized Study to pursue his acting career more freely, having found it difficult to assimilate to Columbia directly after filming Interstellar. Upon leaving Columbia, Chalamet moved to Concourse, Bronx. He eventually dropped out of New York University to focus on his acting career and avoid student debt. 2008 to 2016, early roles. Chalamet at the 2014 Toronto International Film Festival. As a child, Chalamet appeared in several commercials and acted into horror short films called Sweet Tooth and Clown, before making his television debut on an episode of the long-running police procedural series Law & Order 2009, playing a murder victim. This was followed by a minor role in the television film Loving Leah 2009. In 2011, Chalamet made his stage debut in the off-Broadway play The Talls, a coming-of-age comedy set in the 1970s. In 2012, he had recurring roles in the drama series Royal Pains and the thriller series Homeland, in which Chalamet played Finn Walden, the rebellious son of the vice president. Along with the rest of the cast, he was nominated for a SAG Award for Best Ensemble. In 2014, Chalamet made his feature film debut in a minor role in Jason Reitman's Men, Women, and Children. That same year, he played the role of Tom Cooper, the son of Matthew McConaughey's character, in Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. The film received positive reviews, with critics praising the cast's performances, and grossed over $700 million worldwide. A decade later, Chalamet stated that Interstellar was his favorite film he had ever been in, but shared that at the time he was disappointed because it didn't boost his career as he had assumed it would. Also in 2014, Chalamet had a supporting role in Worst Friends, a comedy which had a limited theatrical release and received positive reviews. In 2015, Chalamet co-starred in Andrew Draws Palermo's fantasy thriller 1 and 2, which premiered at the Berlin International Film Festival, where it received mixed reviews. Before its limited theatrical release, his next role was playing the teenage version of James Franco's character, Stephen Elliott, in Pamela Romanowski's The Adderall Diaries. In his final role of 2015, Chalamet played Charlie Cooper, the sullen grandson of Diane Keaton and John Goodman's characters in the Christmas comedy Love the Coopers, which received negative reviews. In 2016, Chalamet starred as Jim Quinn in the autobiographical play Prodigal Son at Manhattan Theatre Club, handpicked by its playwright and director John Patrick Shanley and producer Scott Rudin. Chalamet portrayed a younger Shanley, a misfit Bronx kid in a prestigious New Hampshire prep school set in 1963. His performance was praised and won him the Lucille Lortel Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Play, in addition to a nomination for the Drama League Award for Distinguished Performance. Chalamet also co-starred opposite Lily Robb and Julia Hart's Miss Stevens as the troubled student Billy Mittman. Stephen Farber of The Hollywood Reporter described Chalamet's act as compelling and startling, with his character's speech from Death of a Salesman as among the best he has ever seen. Stephen Holden of the New York Times compared him to James Dean. After being attached to the project for 3 years, Chalamet starred in Luca Guadagnino's Call Me By Your Name, based on the novel of the same name by Andre Aciman. The story revolves around Elio Perlman, a young man living in Italy during the 1980s, who falls in love with Oliver Armeyhammer, a university student who has come to stay with his family. In preparation, Chalamet learned to speak Italian, as well as to play the piano and guitar. Call Me By Your Name premiered at the 2017 Sundance Film Festival to critical acclaim. Critics particularly highlighted Chalamet's performance. Ollie Richards of Empire wrote, "In a film in which every performance is terrific, Chalamet makes the rest look like they're acting. He alone would make the film worth watching." John Frosch of The Hollywood Reporter stated that no performance during the year felt as emotionally, physically, and intellectually alive and included Chalamet in the magazine's list of the best performances of the year, Time and The New York Times also featured him in such lists. He won the Golden Independent Film Award for Breakthrough Actor and the Independent Spirit Award for Best Male Lead, and received nominations for the Critics' Choice Movie Award, Golden Globe Award, SAG Award, BAFTA Award, and Academy Award, all for Best Actor. He is the third youngest person to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor, as well as the youngest since 19-year-old Mickey Rooney in Babes in Arms in 1939. In his second film of 2017, Chalamet played Daniel, a gawky teenager who gets swept up in the drug-dealing business throughout a summer. In Elijah Benham's directorial debut, Hot Summer Nights, it received a limited theatrical release the following year and generated mixed reviews from critics, though Chalamet received praise from K. Austin Collins of Vanity Fair, who called the sensitivity in his performance something special. Later that year, he played Carl Skybel, a rich hipster in a band and a love interest of Saoirse Ronan's character in Lady Bird. The solo directorial debut of Greta Gerwig. Critics praised the ensemble cast, with Tiber of the Boston Globe taking particular note of Chalamet's hilarious performance in his final film of 2017, Scott Cooper's Western Hostiles. Chalamet played a young soldier named Philippe Dujardin alongside Christian Bale. In 2018, Chalamet joined the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Later that year, Chalamet portrayed Nick Sheff, a teenager addicted to methamphetamine, who shares a strained relationship with his father. The journalist David Sheff, portrayed by Steve Carell, in the drama Beautiful Boy, directed by Felix Van Groningen. The film is based on a pair of memoirs, the elder Sheff's memoir of the same name and Tweak, Growing Up on Methamphetamines by Nick Sheff. Owen Gleiberman of Variety drew comparisons with Chalamet's performance in Call Me By Your Name, stating that Nick, in his muffled millennial James Dean way, as skittery and self-involved, is a transformation from the marvelous directness he displayed in the role of Elio Perlman. He received nominations for Best Supporting Actor at the Golden Globe, SAG, and BAFTA Award ceremonies. Allen claimed in his 2020 memoir, apropos of nothing, that Chalamet told Allen's sister, Letty Aronson, that he only denounced him in an attempt to improve his chances of winning an Academy Award for Call Me By Your Name. Chalamet next portrayed Henry V of England, a prince who, as a young man, becomes King of England, in David Michôd's Netflix period drama The King, based on several plays from Shakespeare's Henriade. Richard Lawson of Vanity Fair wrote, Chalamet does robust work, straightening his lanky posture as he goes, rising up into the role like a man. Ascendant in his third film, release of 2019, Chalamet portrayed Theodore Laurie Lawrence, a love-struck teenager, in Little Women, an adaptation of Louisa May Alcott's novel of the same name, marking his second collaboration with Gerwig and Ronan. The film was acclaimed by critics, two of whom Peter Travers of Rolling Stone and Anne Hornaday of The Washington Post also praised Chalamet's performance. Travers noted that the actor portrays the role with innate charm and poignant vulnerability, while Hornaday highlighted his languidly graceful performance and its playful physicality. Chalamet hosted an episode of the sketch comedy series Saturday Night Live in 2020. In 2023, Chalamet hosted Saturday Night Live for a second time. He then portrayed Willy Wonka in the musical film Wonka, directed by Paul King, for which Chalamet was paid $9 million. He was King's only choice for the role, stating that he cast the actor without an audition after seeing his high school performances on YouTube that proved his singing and dancing skills. Chalamet sang 7 songs for the film's soundtrack. Slant Magazine's Derek Smith commended Chalamet for imbuing Wonka with a warmth and tenderness that's in perfect unison with the vibrant and bizarre world that King creates here. His performance earned him another nomination for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor. Wonka grossed over $634 million worldwide to rank as the 8th highest grossing film of 2023. The following year, Chalamet reprised the role of Paul Atreides in the sequel to Dune, titled Dune Part 2. Variety reported that the box office success of Wonka and Dune Part 2 established Chalamet as a major star. Soon after, he signed a first-look deal with the studio Warner Bros. To star in and produce more films. Dune Part 2 grossed over $714 million worldwide to rank as the highest-grossing film with Chalamet in a starring role and the seventh highest-grossing film of 2024. In his second project of the year, Chalamet produced and portrayed Bob Dylan in the biopic A Complete Unknown, directed by James Mangold. It was filmed and released in 2024, 5 years after he began preparing to play the part. Dylan himself responded positively to Chalamet's casting. To stay immersed in the role, Chalamet remained aloof on set and was referred to as Bob Dylan on the call sheet. Even so, he did not deem it method acting. For the film's accompanying soundtrack, he sang 40 Dylan songs, while also playing guitars and harmonicas. BBC Culture's Karen James wrote that Chalamet is brilliant here and completely believable, better than the film itself. He sings and plays guitar and harmonica with apparent ease, and creates a thoroughly convincing avatar of Dylan. He received nominations for the Academy, BAFTA, and Golden Globe for Best Actor, and became the youngest person to win the SAG Award for Best Actor at age 29. In 2025, Chalamet appeared on Saturday Night Live for a third time, as both host and musical guest. He will next produce and play a character inspired by Monty Reisman in the sports film Monty Supreme, directed by Josh Safdie.